That's what stand-up does, I think, as well. It makes people who would have been the side character centre stage. And so Roseanne, it's Roseanne. Or The Cosby Show, Bill Cosby isn't just, you know, the black guy on a show. He's Bill Cosby. And so it puts people where it can. You know, if you take that opportunity and you're really funny, you can be the centre of you can be the centre of a world where you would have been a side person.
Just tell me you're joking. Are you joking?
Oh, shh, just stop talking.
He's probably just joking. Is he? Does he want a banana, maybe? Mum, sit down, hovering all the time. I mustn't hover.
No.
He says he's quitting his show.
Oh, God, I'm so tired. I don't enjoy it anymore.
But my Kaluki group, that's all we talk about.
I just feel like it's become a really mean show. I don't know who I am.
You're a presenter who takes the piss out of people. Hello?
People congratulate me for being mean.
You're not mean. You're cheeky. People love it. They do.
It's not very Buddhist.
You're not a Buddhist. You're a cheeky TV presenter.
At first I thought it was me about 2 years ago, so that I could have a distance, and I'd think, well, that guy was an idiot, and I now have a level of self-awareness. I've realised since that I'm still the same idiot. It's me, but I'm not a stand-up comedian in the sitcom. What is very truthful is that it's all coming from very real emotion, and it's coming from very truthful feelings. So part of the thing was learning about compassion.
Oh, we're still talking about this.
This is the thing now, you ready?
Yeah.
I forgive you for the divorce.
What? What are you forgiving me for?
It wasn't your fault.
I know it wasn't.
Okay. And also, I'd like you to forgive me for all the anger and resentment that I've been holding on to.
You don't resent me. You better not resent me.
Okay, but you were just stupid kids.
Right, is that it?
No.
Fine.
Where are you going?
And you know it wasn't your fault, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
It was your bastard father's fault.
Was it, though?
Yes! I didn't go running off to Scotland every weekend to go canoeing with a slut, did I?
Okay, but we're all human.
No, we're not.
No? Nobody wants to be the bad guy. Nobody thinks that they're the baddie. Why do you think he was like that?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he just liked rowing.
Comes from years of arguments and debate and problems and, you know, detachment. You know, so it's coming from a very real place, although there's a fictional, you know, we're creating fictional stories.
You realise your tax disc expired 2 days ago, sir?
Did it? Yeah. I was going to sort that out this afternoon.
No, you didn't understand me. Your tax disc expired 2 days ago. You're committing an offence by having this vehicle on the road.
I've always seen Rick, the character of Rick in Lead Balloon, as a kind of what-if version of myself and someone who lives with, you know, permanent disappointment and permanent hope that things will get better and this sort of chronic cycle of huge optimism, which is constantly being dashed as soon as everything goes wrong for him again.
Get back to the
No,
matter.
come on, what exactly is it you do?
I provide backup for police officers in situations...
Admit it, you wanted to be a policeman, didn't you? With the blue flashing light and the Neenor siren.
Sir, I would advise you...
Tell you what, why don't you just potter off back to the fancy dress shop and ask for a refund? Or change it for a wizard's costume so people take you a bit more seriously.
Can we please get back to the matter of your car tax, please, sir?
No. I don't want to. Now what are you going to do? Sort of became much more about someone else in the end. But there's a confessional thing in there that there's in Rick here is a character who actually when push comes to shove, he's actually not very talented. And I suppose that's a fear that everyone lives with. I certainly live with that fear.
Oh, we have a comedian in our midst. Let me ask you, what do you do for a living?
I am a comedian.
Very funny. But joking aside, what's your line of work?
Well, no, that's what I do. I am a comedian.
Listen, Sunshine, we can do this the fun way, or I can make your day with me a misery. So, what do you do for a job of work?
I'm a sales rep. I sell biscuits.
That's better. So, when you're driving around, selling your biscuits...
I rarely remember a moment when stand-up, both on TV and out there, in all kinds of venues, large and small, had been as popular as it is today.
No, it's huge. There's never been a time like this. There was a point in the late 80s when Friday Night Live, Saturday Night Live were happening that it seemed it was incredibly exciting and fashionable, but it didn't become the enormous thing that it is now. It's the way that we treat stand-up. Live at the Apollo, which is a fantastic show, came along and just made it look like the most exciting thing you could possibly go and see. They didn't try and make it look like rock and roll. They tried to make it look like showbiz. People with names in lights behind them, and and a huge crowd, and enormous swooping crane shots at the beginning to give you, the television viewer, a sense of wow, what a place to be.
Thank you very much. I believe that London is currently living under an incredible climate of fear that it has never experienced before. Went into a sandwich shop the other day, and all I wanted was a crab salad sandwich. The woman says, we're all out of crab salad. I'm afraid. I tend to think that all comedy on television, as far as stand-up goes, is like walking into a room and passing out calling cards, saying, come see me, come see me, come see me in a crappy, sweaty room instead of on this box.
Well, as a dog returns to its vomit and a washed sow goes back to wallowing in the mud, let's meet the team who can't leave well alone. Joe Brand, Sean Lock, Rich Hall, and Alan Davis.
Joining me tonight are 6 of the country's top comedy performers: Andy Parsons, Fred McCauley, Russell Howard, and Frankie Boyle, Hugh Dennis, and Shappy Khorsandi. Welcome to the show.
The days where you could go, there was one show, here Parkinson, there, Johnny Carson, that you could go on this one show and then those are gone. Because it's just, the audiences are just so fragmented now, and you don't get the water cooler moment of it all. But what you do have is you've the long tail. It'll be repeated so often that there's hardly an episode that hasn't been on a million times at this stage. And you will, by attritional reasons alone, get into people's heads.
I don't want to be a TV star. A lot of people do. They just want to be on TV. And if that's the case, then don't do stand-up, because it's really hard,
It's great to do television because you feel like you're doing a job that most people in the world would want to be doing. And that's a nice feeling. But I like to think that the core is stand-up comedy. And I've developed a weird relationship with stand-up comedy because I don't do it enough, in my opinion. And although I love it, I have a guilt relationship. It's like phoning my mother, where's she alive? I don't feel I see my stand-up comedy enough. I don't call her often enough. I don't give her the attention she deserves. And that is because I believe I owe stand-up. It all comes from stand-up. I'm a stand-up comedian who did telly. I'm a stand-up comedian who wrote books. I'm a stand-up comedian who wrote a newspaper column. But always I'm a stand-up comedian.
Every night you're going out trying to find the one-time deal. Every night you're trying to find a room and an event that will never happen again. And you want people to leave that room feeling like they've not seen a joke teller, but that they've seen a comedian, that they've seen something happen in that room that nobody else is going to see. And that's the quest. And when it goes right, it's the best.
Piano is being played.
Monsieur Alan.
Oui.
How you doing? Good to see you. Do you speak English?
Yeah, I can speak English. We were talking English before, weren't we? When we were in Paris?
Yeah, but I just wonder, after 3 months of
of that show, whether or not you're going to be able to cope with English.
Yeah, well, I did a warm-up for this Hollywood Bowl wonderful venue in Bexhill-on-Sea.
Are you nervous?
No, I find nerves really boring. I mean, some people say, oh, it's good to be nervous, and I just find that used to make me scared, and then fear doesn't... I don't think comedy gets good places with fear. And I have done that, you know, if I can do it in Paris, surely I can do it in English.
So what's the difference from going to those tiny venues in France, from that tiny place to this? I mean, is it the same show as in English?
Same show, and the trick is no difference. If anyone's watching this and heading towards arenas doing spoken word, just keep it that small, because the screens are that good, and the sound should be that good, it can pick it all up. Just do it small, just carry on.
Can we go up and see it empty before we see it full?
Yeah. Yes, so, look, that's...
Oh, my
You're going to see that, can you see that?
That's amazing, Hendrix. Yeah.
He was just very cool.
The Beatles, Hendrix.
And there's another, I don't know if we can see it, but that's a beautiful picture.
That is beautiful. Hey, look at the Hollywood Hills behind.
The Rolling Stones, Frank Sinatra, Bob Dylan, Judy Garland, Monty Python, Stevie Wonder, the Beach
Which way do we want to
Boys.
go out? Let's go out this way.
The greats have all appeared here.
Welcome
And
to
never, it
Hollywood
seems,
Bowl.
a solo stand-up show. Not till now.
But this is beautiful because that shape is perfect. You know, the arenas tend to go straight back and they feel cavernous, like an aircraft hangar, and this does not feel
No,
like
this actually feels quite intimate,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Considering that you can fit 18,000 people in here.
And look, they've got tables and they've got flowers in there. This is very polite, this bit.
You must pay a lot more for those
Apparently so. Apparently so. And I can go and walk on that. There's a walk bit round there. And I can walk around there and do it all.
Oh, a bit of, U2 and Stones are going
yeah.
amongst the people. Will you be doing that?
Well, I think I've got to go out there, and I feel I should go out there and go, there's an Englishman, there's an Irishman, and there was a Scottishman. And they went into a public house, ladies and gentlemen.
You are amazing. You know, you're standing here, and in about another hour, there's going to be tens of thousands of people here, and you're just looking...
Yeah, well, it's fun. It's the more you do it, the more it's like they're coming to my house. This is the bowl, so this is the bowl's house. But you've got to own the stage. I think this is stand-up in a theatrical setting with a rock and roll sensibility. I just keep pushing it into bigger spaces because my ego has a problem.
Very, very sexy. I've got to say hello to this side, sorry, because I started shouting through my microphone a bit too early. In fact, I got to do this. Dun, dun, dun. One has to do this sometimes. They built one. This is very sexy. This is the special seats. I will probably be doing stuff over your heads. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to do this all the way along. Hang on, I can't do this. I might just do the gig this way. That'd be really freaky, wouldn't it? But what one could do is just run to the back.
What is he doing?
Okay, we're in the backdrop. Everybody right now. Yeah, there's spots for you. Yeah, we got no spots either.
He's gone.
He's got no lights, no...
This was not timed, I take it.
We got no lights on camera.